Okay, one more equation to look at in this video. Solve 2x plus 4 equals 5x plus 9 minus 3x minus 5. And what's going to make this one different? Well, we'll just see. Let's see what happens. When you, we can't simplify the left side, but the right side we can simplify. So we can combine 5x and minus 3x. That gives us 2x. And 9 minus 5 is 4, plus 4. And so, look at this. We have 2x plus 4 equals 2x plus 4. Of course it does. And now what do? You know, if you were to subtract 2x from both sides, subtract 4 from both sides, you would come down to something like this, which is always true. So, this type of equation is called an identity. And one thing about an identity is that it's true for every possible input value for x. Now, there's a few types of equations where there may be a couple of exceptions where you can't plug numbers in. For example, you can't divide by 0. But by and large, an identity is generally works for everything. All numbers. All numbers will fit into it. So, in other words, no matter what x you could think of to put in here, everything's going to balance out. So here we have the opposite extreme from the last problem. The last problem had no solution to it, and this one has actually infinitely many solutions. And why is that true? Because they're both the same lines. And so one line stacked on another, these lines intersect everywhere. So anyway, so let's recap. Linear equations almost always have one answer. Once in a while you'll run into an oddball that has no answers. That's impossible. And then once in a great while you'll run into one with, like this, an identity, which is true for every value of x. So my conclusion here is identity. And there you have it. So now, to be practical, you're going to focus on the first type, solving equations with a single answer, and in this section, because this is sort of a review section to get you back in the swing of things, solving equations. And okay, well, I'm going to erase this and do one little quick recap about solving equations. Okay, when it comes to solving equations, you'll find that the process of solving equations is a simplifying process where you simplify both sides separately, and then you start combining across equal sign, and this combining across equal sign process is an undoing process. You know, we add or subtract numbers in order to cancel things. We multiply or divide in order to cancel numbers. So the process of solving is sort of an unraveling, an undoing process. So anyway, that's about where it is, and you can check every one of them. When you get that single answer, of course, those types of equations, you can always plug that number in and check it to make sure it's correct. All right, well, we're going to move on to some more complicated equations here next.